Przechodzimy do sesji finałowej. Sesja finałowa jest naszą, znaczy wszystkie sesje lubimy, ale też jedną z naszych ulubionych sesji, bowiem będziemy miały okazję wspólnie z Joanną zaprezentować różnego rodzaju niesamowite inicjatywy wspierające na całym świecie dziewczyny w STEM, czy w ogóle w STEM, także sama przyjemność.
To będzie sesja, w której będziemy prezentować różne inicjatywy z całego świata wspierające dziewczyny, kobiety, dziewczynki właśnie w obszarze STEM. Jako pierwsze miały dzisiaj wystąpić wspaniałe dziewczyny z Kenii, z projektu She Will, organizowanego przez Intel, ale niestety Damaris i Caroline, niezwykłe, zaangażowane, wspaniałe, ale niestety okazało się w ostatnim momencie, że nie dolecą, bo ambasada polska nie dała im wizy, co wszystkich zaskoczyło, no ale mamy nadzieję je jednak tutaj ściągnąć w październiku i tam będziemy je angażować.
Ale zobaczcie filmik na ich temat.
My name is Caroline Wambui. I live in the Mukuru kwa Jenga slums in Nairobi, Kenya. In my country, people are dying. People who needn't be. We don't have a national organ donor program. Instead, we have back alley clinics where the organ black market thrives. Many of us have been approached to sell our organs. In 2014, my uncle needed a kidney. In the family, no one had his match, and it took too much time to find a kidney in the black market. And so my uncle passed on. He was really a big part of our lives as a family. There are lots of stories like my uncle's. I wanted to change this. When Intel came to our school and taught us of Intel XDK, a mobile programming language, I came up with an app that links patients to donors and to hospitals. I gathered a few friends of mine and told them of the idea, and they decided to help me. None of us knew how to code, but with the help of our teacher, Intel XDK was easy to learn. The response has been amazing. Hospitals across Kenya are joining us. We're giving patients and families another shot at life because everyone deserves that.
We have some good news for you.
Proponuję oklaski dla dziewczyn.
Jest z nami Paulina Gorska z Intela, która opowie o inicjatywie, która dzieje się tutaj u nas w Polsce.
Witam wszystkich. Tak, przenosimy się z Kenii na lokalne podwórko. Intel jest firmą globalną, dlatego działania kobiece są też inicjowane na całym świecie. Natomiast 2 lata temu nasz prezes ogłosił, że Intel też stawia na różnorodność. W różnych krajach, na przykład w USA, ta różnorodność wspierana jest i rozumiana jako wspieranie mniejszości, osób w różnym wieku, różnych narodowości. Natomiast w Polsce skupiliśmy się na tym, aby do Intela zaprosić do współpracy więcej kobiet. Rok temu, 1,5 roku temu w naszej organizacji wśród inżynierów było 5% kobiet, 95% mężczyzn. No i to nie daje na pewno, to nie daje różnorodności, więc postanowiliśmy zrobić coś z tym. Uruchomiliśmy duże akcje promowania Intela jako firmy przyjaznej kobietom, jako firmy, gdzie właśnie chcemy promować różne punkty widzenia perspektywy, różne kampanie rekrutacyjne zostały uruchomione. No i rezultaty były fantastyczne, bo dzisiaj mamy w organizacji wśród samych inżynierów 15% kobiet, czyli plus 10%. Natomiast wyzwanie, z którym się spotkaliśmy, to tak naprawdę, że tych kobiet jest bardzo mało, tak? Oczywiście dotarcie do nich, wydrenowanie rynku pozwoliło nam dotrzeć do takiej, a nie innej ilości kobiet. Natomiast też zadaliśmy sobie pytanie, co dalej? I postanowiliśmy popatrzeć w przyszłość i zacząć po prostu wspierać kobiety, żeby też pojawiało się ich więcej na uczelniach, bo jak wiemy, dzisiaj jest to 12-13% kobiet, z czego, jak już też podczas różnych sesji się dowiedzieliśmy, część w ogóle nie wierzy, że ich miejsce jest w tych firmach technologicznych zdominowanych przez mężczyzn. I tak krok po kroku postanowiliśmy uruchomić pierwszy w Polsce program stypendialny dla kobiet. Biorąc pod uwagę 10-letnie doświadczenie naszych kolegów i koleżanek z Irlandii, które taki program prowadzą, znaleźliśmy cudownego partnera, Fundację Perspektywy, która nam pomogła zaprojektować ten program i wprowadzić go w życie. No i rok temu na tej konferencji mówiłam o tym, że mamy taki fantastyczny pomysł. To był czerwiec, trwał proces rekrutacji do projektu, który został odpalony w kwietniu. No i tam w czerwcu, nie wiem, może miałyśmy z 80 aplikacji i w panice zastanawialiśmy się, dlaczego tak mało. Co się dzieje, czy dziewczyny nie są zainteresowane? Kampania promocyjna, no dziewczyny z Perspektyw po prostu już działały na wszystkich frontach, licea, uczelnie, media i ciągle tych aplikacji tak mało. W panice zastanawialiśmy się, może coś zrobić inaczej, może rozszerzyć listę uczelni i tak dalej, i tak dalej. I nagle na 2 tygodnie przed zakończeniem aplikacji, tego terminu, do którego można było aplikować, liczby zaczęły przyrastać w tempie geometrycznym. No i ostatniego dnia okazało się, że mamy 620 aplikacji, więc jak na pierwszą edycję uznaliśmy to za wielki sukces. Przeprowadziliśmy proces selekcji, Skype interviews i z wielkim trudem z tych wielu niesamowitych kobiet wybraliśmy 20 osób, 20 stypendystek pierwszej edycji programu stypendialnego. I chciałam wam teraz króciutko zaprezentować, co wydarzyło się w październiku. Poproszę o film.
Dla Intela bardzo ważną rzeczą jest inwestowanie w różnorodność. Bardzo mało pań kończy studia techniczne w wysokich technologiach. W związku z tym wpadliśmy na pomysł, żeby zaktywizować również uczelnie, zachęcić panie do studiowania na uczelniach technicznych.
Ogromna rzesza naszych dziewcząt, mądrych, zdolnych, doskonale zorganizowanych, nie jest jak gdyby zagospodarowana w tym obszarze. Rozpowszechniliśmy tak, jak mogliśmy tylko na naszej uczelni.
Program Nowe Technologie dla Dziewczyn skierowany jest do wybitnych, utalentowanych, młodych kobiet, które zdecydowały się na karierę w nowych technologiach. Składa się z 3 filarów. W pierwszym jest stypendium w kwocie 12 000 złotych na rok. Drugi element to program mentoringowy. Stypendystki będą objęte opieką mentora, będą pracowały z mentorem przez najbliższe 8 miesięcy. Trzeci element to praktyki letnie. Będzie to 3-miesięczny staż w Centrum Rozwojowo-Badawczym w Gdańsku, a także w Stanach Zjednoczonych.
Zorganizowaliśmy wczoraj wycieczkę, żeby pokazać, nad jakimi technologiami pracujemy w Intelu i żeby pokazać różnorodność technologii, którymi można się zajmować po studiach.
Jest kilka ważnych argumentów za tym, żeby wspierać kobiety w nauce, w technologii, w innowacji. Argument prawny. Prawo europejskie, międzynarodowe, także prawo polskie zaleca pewne środki specjalne do czasu wyrównania się proporcji płci w danym obszarze, wspierające tą płeć niedoreprezentowaną, w naszym przypadku kobiety. Argument naukowy. Nauka udowadnia już ponad wszelką wątpliwość, że zespoły różnorodne, mieszane funkcjonują po prostu lepiej. Argument historyczny. Kobiety dostały się na uczelnię w ogóle dopiero 100 lat temu. Potrzebują trochę jeszcze wsparcia i czasu,
w związku z tym, żeby w pełni rozwinąć swój potencjał w tych obszarach, gdzie na razie jeszcze ich nie ma aż tak wiele, jakbyśmy chcieli.
Dobra i trafna rada we właściwym momencie daje bardzo wiele, jeśli chodzi o rozwój osobisty, jakieś pokonanie trudności i mam nadzieję służyć moją radą, żeby byli w stanie te swoje umiejętności jak najlepiej wykorzystać.
Chciałabym się dalej rozwijać w kierunkach informatycznych w IT, dlatego myślę, że to będzie dobra okazja dla mnie, żeby zdobyć nowe doświadczenie.
Podczas gali rozdania stypendiów miałyśmy okazję odwiedzić siedzibę firmy Intel. Miałyśmy okazję odwiedzić laboratoria i dowiedzieć się, jak wygląda realizacja komercyjnych projektów.
Największa wartość przede wszystkim to możliwość, którą zapewnia mi mentor, spojrzenia obiektywnego na mnie. To znaczy ja znam swoje możliwości, wiem mniej więcej, co powinnam z nimi zrobić, ale mentor jakby pomoże mi znaleźć odpowiedź na pytanie jak.
Praktyki są też na pewno fajną okazją, bo kto by nie chciał mieć w CV praktyk w Intelu.
Okej, zamiast mówić o programie, chciałam, żebyście krótki filmik zobaczyli, bo to najlepiej pokazuje, czym jest program, kto bierze w nim udział. Muszę wam powiedzieć, że pół roku pracowaliśmy na tym, żeby odpalić ten program i tego 13 października, jak te 20 prawdziwych, żywych, cudownych kobiet przyjechało, byłam bardzo, bardzo tak osobiście wzruszona poznaniem ich, że dotykamy, chcemy pomóc, chcemy zmienić życie i wesprzeć też w wierze w siebie, w życiu zawodowym, w tej dziedzinie te niesamowite kobiety z potencjałem. No i to był październik, tak? Dzisiaj mamy czerwiec. Jakie rezultaty? Jakie owoce? Mogłabym też o tym sama mówić, ale chciałabym, żeby o tym powiedziały nasze stypendystki. Mamy dzisiaj z nami 2 z 20, Esterę i Asię i poprosiłam je, żeby krótko powiedziały też wam o tym, dlaczego ten program był dla nich ważny, czy był ważny i co wniósł w ich życie.
Dzień dobry wszystkim. Ja widzę, że już jest pewna godzina, gdzie jesteśmy zmęczeni, więc postaramy się nie przedłużać. A można byłoby o tym mówić bardzo wiele, bo bardzo ciężko jest przedstawić coś, co zmieniło życie w zaledwie 2 minuty, ale postaram się. No więc ja mam 20 lat, czyli w październiku byłam zaczynałam moje studia w Krakowie na AGH, na uczelni typowo technicznej i kiedy zaczynałam te studia, to ja przytoczę może takie jedno porównanie, które się wiąże z moim kierunkiem, czyli z energetyką, czyli miałam w sobie pewien ładunek i kiedy przyjechałam do Intela, to było jak taki zapłon, prawda? Taki zapłon i wtedy występuje reakcja łańcuchowa. I to się rozpoczęło w październiku. I dzisiaj, kiedy tutaj stoję, ja się czuję zupełnie innym człowiekiem, dlatego że ten program zmienił przede wszystkim moje patrzenie na to, co ja mogę zrobić w życiu. Ponieważ wtedy, kiedy się znalazłam wśród tych wybitnych 20 dziewcząt, prawda? Poznałam je wszystkie, poznałam tych ludzi, którzy nas oprowadzali po Intelu, czyli inżynierowie, prawda, z wielkimi perspektywami, z wielkimi wizjami. Poznałam dziewczyny z perspektyw, które tak nas zmotywowały, że ja sobie pomyślałam wtedy, że ja też mogę tworzyć ten świat technologii. Ja też mogę być twórcą. I kiedy sobie to uświadomiłam, wróciłam do Krakowa i z tą refleksją zaczęłam po prostu swoje takie studia, jakie chciałam mieć, bo wtedy na samym początku wiadomo, jest łatwo wszystko sobie zbudować, gdzieś tam wyobrazić i iść w tym kierunku. Później już gdzieś tam wchodzimy w pewne korytarze i jest tam znacznie ciężej, więc ja miałam to szczęście, że to się zdarzyło na samym początku, no i zaczęłam tworzyć. I dzięki temu jestem dzisiaj w projekcie jednym naukowym, budujemy łódź solarną. Jestem w projekcie związanym zupełnie nie ze studiami, a właściwie z tym, gdzie się sama realizuję, czyli prowadzę audycję radiową. I oprócz tego mam wiele wizji, wiele planów związanych i z kierunkiem, a także z tym, jak to łączyć. I wiem, że nie byłabym aż tak otwarta i nie chciałoby mi się aż tak bardzo wszystkiego robić, gdyby nie Intel i gdyby nie perspektywy. I to jest taki moment, kiedy coś się zmienia w życiu człowieka i jeżeli projekt się nawet skończy za tydzień, gdzie będziemy na zakończeniu tego projektu, ja wiem, że to, co się wydarzyło, to będzie miało wpływ na całą moją przyszłość. Także dziękuję bardzo.
Cześć, witajcie. Asia tutaj dopiero zaczęła studia i dostała tą wspaniałą nagrodę. Ja już kończyłam studia, byłam na 3. roku. gdy otrzymałam nagrodę tutaj, to stypendium. Jestem tydzień po obronie, więc jak zmieniło się moje życie w te 9 miesięcy? Oprócz tego, że po pierwsze pracowałam przez 9 miesięcy z wspaniałym człowiekiem, z mentorem. Wyznaczyliśmy sobie cele, oboje jesteśmy pracowici, więc je naprawdę skrupulatnie realizowaliśmy. Były to cele związane głównie z programowaniem i z umiejętnościami menedżerskimi. Więc tutaj naprawdę czuję ogromny taką... To jest tak jak nitro w samochodzie, przyspieszenie niesamowite, kariery tutaj w życiu zawodowym. Drugą sprawą jest to, że poznaliśmy wspaniałych ludzi, którzy odnoszą sukcesy, inżynierów, magistrów, doktorów tutaj informatyki czy dziedzin pokrewnych, którzy pokazali, że możemy, jak możemy, którzy nas zachęcają, dają materiały, wskazują drogę, pokazują ścieżkę, w którą mamy się rozwijać i port, do którego mamy płynąć. A po trzecie i najważniejsze, możemy realizować swoje marzenia z Intelem, bo nie ukrywam, że od dziecka marzyłam o tym, żeby wyjechać do Stanów jako taką początkową podróż. Okazuje się, że dziewczyny, wszystkie stypendystki mają szansę odbycia stażu w Gdańsku w Intelu. 2 dziewczyny jadą na staż do Stanów i właśnie chciałam za to podziękować. Udało mi się zdobyć ten staż w Stanach. Za miesiąc wylatuję, a w dniu dzisiejszym dostałam wizę już na pobyt. Więc Intel zmienia życie, w moim przypadku życie zawodowe, przyspiesza ten wzrost, daje nowe możliwości, ale szerokie możliwości, ponieważ do tej pory pracowałam w firmach, gdzie wykorzystywałam różne technologie tworzone przez Intela, a teraz będę je tworzyć. Za to dziękuję.
Ja myślę, że żaden komentarz nie jest już potrzebny. Nie ustalałyśmy, co powiedzą, nie wiedziałam. Natomiast chcę tylko powiedzieć, że zdecydowaliśmy się na to, żeby co roku wręczać to stypendium, pomoc mentora i ofertę praktyk 20 nowym kobietom. I myślę, słuchając Asi, Estery i też innych osób, że te kobiety już nigdy nie będą miały wątpliwości, że się do tego nadają i że to jest ich miejsce. I nawet jakby ktoś im to powiedział, że przyszły na Politechnikę szukać męża, to już puszczą tam mimo uszu. Żeby jednak też dla nas ważne, to dużo tutaj było o networkingu i o tym, że to jest ważne, żeby też kobiety się wspierały, pomagały sobie, będąc w różnych firmach, tak? Bo my patrzymy na to jako ekosystem. Od tego roku też odpalamy program alumnitki, żeby też te osoby, które ukończyły program stypendialny, mogły być nadal w kontakcie, czy będą w Intelu, czy w Cisco, czy gdziekolwiek indziej, bo to też jest ważne, a żeby też wykorzystać te wszystkie x-set aplikacji, które nadchodzą, no a stypendiów mamy tylko 20, to już tu kreatywne perspektywy, Bianka, Asia, tworzymy kolejny projekt Summer Bootcamp dla dziewczyn, w którym mamy nadzieję zaprosić około 300 wspaniałych, utalentowanych kobiet, także...
I będzie to największy bootcamp na świecie dla dziewczyn z ICT.
Oraz możecie jeszcze skorzystać z okazji, aplikować tutaj przy tym namiocie o udział w tym obozie, także zachęcamy serdecznie.
I na koniec ostatnia rzecz, którą chciałabym tylko powiedzieć, że to partnerstwo właśnie biznesu, fundacji, znaczy w ogóle organizacji pozarządowych, w tym przypadku Perspektyw, jest po prostu niesamowite dla mnie. Bez was by się to, dziewczyny, nie udało. Będę to powtarzać zawsze, także też wam bardzo przy okazji dziękuję za wasz power, kreatywność, otwartość i w ogóle, no, że jesteście. Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękujemy. Dobrze, my dziękujemy wam. Idźmy dalej. A teraz zapraszamy Linę Berg. Tak. It's you. It's from Norway, from NTNU, very good technological university, and the project ADA. Please.
Thank you. Hello. I think there will be a presentation up there now. Yes, I wanted to start with this graph. Do I have that thing to go to the next slide? Is that this one? Sorry. Anyway, this graph is the number of girls that has applied to a science and technology master's degree at NTNU the last 10 years. And now should I come to, there you go. As you can see, the number has tripled and the percentage share has risen from 16% to 30%. We worked in a very hard and targeted manner to reach this development, and we continue working to reach, for this graph to continue going up. My name is Alina, as you said. I work at the Norwegian University of Science and Technology, or we call it NTNU for short. NTNU is Norway's biggest university, and we have a special project called the Girl Project Ada, where I'm the project manager, and in the Girl Project Ada we work to gender balance in STEM, and we focus on the ICT studies. And the goal of the project is that we want more girls to graduate with a master's degree in ICT. And to do that, we work in two ways. We work with information and marketing and recruiting events to get more girls to start studying ICT studies. And then when they start the studies, we work with networking, both social networking and career network, to prevent dropouts. This picture is from the last technology camp for girls. The technology camp for girls is the most important recruiting events that we organize. And I want to spend the next 5 minutes showing you a film that we filmed during the last technology camp for girls. The film shows and reveals a few of the most important factors, what we believe is the background and the reasons for our success in increasing the number of girls at the ICT studies.
NTNU has worked since the 1980s in a targeted manner towards recruiting girls to science and technology studies. The last 10 years we found the method that we use today, the method that we see work and we can see the results. In order to break the stereotype that ICT is only for guys, we invite girls from final and second final year of high school that major in mathematics. We invite them to the technology camp to meet the students where they are, to meet the professors where they are, to just get a feel for what the student life would be like.
Jeg søkte egentlig teknologicampen fordi at bare for å få litt sånn kjennskap til hva det egentlig man gjør på universitetet, for selv om vi hører veldig mye om det på skolen, så har vi på en måte ikke opplevd det selv. Så egentlig derfor.
Jeg synes det veldig hyggelig og koselig her, og jeg synes opplegget har vært utrolig bra så langt. Jeg liker følelsen av å gå rundt her og synes ting ser spennende og interessant ut.
Working for increasing the female share among the ICT students is important for this university. Gender balance is a factor that we are measured on by the Ministry of Education in Norway.
NTNU considers it our social responsibility to contribute to increase the number of females in the field of science and technology. And why should we be satisfied with recruiting from half of the population? We need the best ones. Then we need to recruit from the whole population.
Det en problemstilling, som vi jo arbejder med i vores ligestillingsprojekt på DTU. Og synes, at det var oplagt at komme her og besøge jer og se, hvad det er, I gør. Så har vi været rundt i dag og kigge på workshops, og det ser super spændende ud og meget inspirerende. Selv jeg fik helt lyst til at læse til ingeniør.
Vi holder på å lage et dataspill. Gjennom programmering så gir vi liksom figurene i spillet beskjed om hva de skal gjøre for noe, og så prøver vi å få de til å gjøre det som vi vil da.
We spend a lot of resources planning an exciting program for the technology camp. And this year we have presentations such as online with hackers, spies and scammers, how to win the Oscars with a degree in mathematics, and learning through gaming with the inventor himself of Kahoot.
Here at NTNU, we have used exciting teaching technology to motivate female students to study ICT. This is teaching technologies such as Kahoot, which is gamified as well as social. And by using these tools, we have seen that we have motivated more students to study ICT.
før jeg dro hit, så var jeg veldig usikker, for jeg er sånn veldig delt. Jeg er veldig glad i realfag, og jeg er veldig glad i samfunnsfaglige fag. Og så kom jeg hit, og så fikk jeg innsikt i studieprogrammene, og fikk møte masse studenter, så jeg har absolutt veldig lyst til å studere på NTNU.
Ja, jeg er kjempemotivert. Jeg hadde egentlig ikke tenkte at nei, NTNU, det gidder ikke jeg. Men nå er jeg veldig motivert, så nå tror jeg kommer til å vurdere det veldig bra.
First and foremost, we see that the total number of female ICT students go up. We see that the percentage share of females studying science and technology goes up. 10 years ago, 16% of the applicants to science and technology studies at NTNU were females. This year, 30% were females. We see that approximately 70% of the girls that take part of the technology camp end up applying for science and technology studies at the NTNU.
Jeg er veldig glad for at jeg deltok på teknologicamp, og jeg er veldig glad for at jeg fikk være med på det, og at jeg dermed valgte å flytte til Trondheim for å studere.
Uten teknologicampen hadde ikke jeg gått på kybernetikk nå.
So this leads to the fact that NTNU dedicate time and money to the technology camp and towards gender balance work in ICT. So changing a stereotype is not done overnight. What we're trying to do here is to try and change the world, and changing the world takes time.
Yes, changing the world takes time, but we're going in the right direction. In this video, we said that 70% of the participants in the technology camp end up applying for a science and technology study at NTNU. The number is actually higher than that, because it's 70% of the participants that apply to the university immediately after graduating high school. But if you see a few years later on, the number is a lot higher, because some students actually go and work and travel for a year and then come to the university. So this event is working. We have a limited amount of time here today, but I wanted to give you this website. So if you're interested in seeing more about how NTNU and how the Girl Project ADA works to recruit more girls to ICT, you can get a lot more information here, or contact me as well. And I also wanted to mention that, because you could see in the film that on the last technology camp, there was the Denmark Technical University were there as observers. The DTU, or the Danish Technical University, has now started their own gender equality program, and they've started their own technology camp for girls, and they're copying a lot of what we're doing to try and increase the number of female students in their ICT studies. If there's anyone here today in this room among you guys that are working at universities or want to start similar projects or events for recruiting more girls to ICT or to STEM, let me know, and you're more than welcome to join us as observers during our next technology camp for girls. It will take time. It will be between the 6th and the 8th of November in Trondheim, sort of in the middle of the country. Okay, oh, Bianka is coming anyway. Anyone else want to join the party? I heard someone from the Technical University in Berlin is also going to come, so it would be great to have a bit even more. Then we have about 200 girls from all around the country there for 3 days. You can meet the students as well. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we will have, hopefully, connection with Tajikistan. Exciting, isn't it? So, Halima.
Yes.
Hi, can you see us?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so Halima is also connected with Cisco somehow. Even though there is no Cisco in Tajikistan, still there is Cisco academies. And Halima is a manager, good spirit of the Cisco Academy for Girls in Tajikistan, and I had a great honor to meet Halima in person, and she's a great woman. She's doing a great job, and I'm very happy that she was able to participate in this event even online. Hello, Halima.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, dear Bianca. Good afternoon, dear guests. Good afternoon, dear friends. Good afternoon, dear students. First of all, I want to thank Miss Bianca for inviting me and participating in this seminar. And I want to introduce myself. I am Halima Kayumova. I work in Technological University of Tajikistan as Dean Assistant for Social Issues in joint Ukraine and Tajik faculty. In general, I work with girls who live in hostel and with orphan students. I organize computer courses and Cisco courses for girls. And let me introduce my presentation. Let me to present my presentation. Several words how I have got acquainted with Miss Bianca. In November 2015, Dr. Bianka Siwinska visited our university, and after getting familiar with the specialists at our university and Academy of Cisco Networking, Miss Bianka Siwinska invited me to participate in seminar, and after this, I have decided to open a course for Cisco for girls. Cisco Girls TUT, it means Technological University of Tajikistan. In this photo,
next slide, please.
Yes, in this photo, me and Miss Bianca when she has visited our university. And next page, please. Here, when Miss Bianca invited me in seminar. Here we are in seminar. And during seminar, next slide, please. And during seminar in Tajikistan. Okay, and next page, please. And who helped us to open Cisco Girls course? With direct support of the head of the Center of Computer and Educational Technologies, Mr. Jafar Ahror and Nazarov Saifuddin, and Nazarov course of Cisco Networking Academy, Cisco Girls, was established with a total number of participants, 18 girls, on the first level, IT Essential, which after passing the exam successfully, all the girls were granted Cisco certificates. And several words about Cisco Academy at Technological University of Tajikistan. The inauguration of Cisco Academy at Technological University of Tajikistan was made in May 2012. At the moment, 10 of our instructors, after the graduating of the course at Cisco Network Academy, received the international certificate and continue to train and educate participants in Cisco courses. The total research number of IT essentials who fully completed the courses are already over 200 people. And next page, please. Here we were introducing Cisco courses to our girls. And next page, please. It's very interesting to our girls how to assemble a computer and which parts computer consists. They were very interested in it, our girls. Next page. For our girls was very interesting practical trainings. Next page, please. Our achievements after graduating Cisco course. After the completion of Cisco courses, 5 team Cisco Girls of TUT took an active part in seminar for IT startups, Specialistka, project supported by CRDF Global by the Mardikor project. And here our team. Also, when we are in the seminar, thank you for attention. Sorry if I made some mistakes.
Bravo! Thank you so much, Halima. Thank you so much. I hope that we will meet you in person next year. I hope I will do everything to have you now in Warsaw.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And we have Gulnora with you, yes?
Yes, now she will come. Maybe
so we will
after.
wait, okay.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we have some questions or comments. Yes, moment, we have a question from the expert, Tajikistan expert.
Ja z góry Państwa przepraszam, porozmawiam przez chwilę po rosyjsku с Halimą, będzie nam łatwiej и przetłumaczę to на польский. Халима, привет, меня зовут Мартына, и я очень горжусь тем, чем ты занимаешься. Я 7 лет работала с женщинами из Таджикистана и думаю, что то, что ты являешься айтишником, это вообще что-то в Таджикистане.
Спасибо.
Я сейчас скажу по-польски, хорошо? Cześć Halima, ja się nazywam Martyna i pracowałam przez 7 lat z kobietami w Tadżykistanie i jestem bardzo dumna z tego, że jesteś dziewczyną z IT w Tadżykistanie, bo to jest ogromna sprawa в tym краю. Халима, скажи, пожалуйста, почему ты стала айтишником? Если можешь, скажи это по-английски, если тебе удобнее.
Okay.
Ja zapytałam Halimę, dlaczego zaczęła się zajmować IT, bo to jest zupełnie, no to jest niesamowita sprawa dla kobiety w Tadżykistanie. Tak, i to jest ważne, żeby powiedzieć, że to jest wielkie szczęście, że mają prąd i internet, że możemy się połączyć.
Thank you very much. When I studied in school, it was very interesting to me how to assemble a computer and how that time I hadn't a computer, and for me it was very interesting to work even in Word programs, and I say to myself that if I graduated school I will be IT specialist. For me it was very interesting, and I said myself, why girls are very because in Tajikistan that time girls wasn't in STEM, and I said I will in STEM and I will be IT specialist. Thank you.
Спасибо тебе большое. Тут люди говорят, что ты отличница.
Thank you very much.
Передаю микрофон Bianке.
Хорошо. А где Gulnora? Она уже пришла?
Нет.
Jeszcze nie. Nie, my ждем Gulnorę. Ждем. So I have met those two girls, Halima and Gulnora, when I was working for the World Bank in Tajikistan. And it was really not easy to find such girls. But now they are friends. And I hope that they both will be contributing to inspire more girls into IT, into STEM, and really, in such a country when the electricity is a problem, so everything is a problem, actually. This is very difficult, but also very important, even more important than here in Poland, I think, to support this kind of people. Halima is helping girls who doesn't speak English, who doesn't have any idea about computer, to start to use new technologies. So this is really, really, really great. I think, and where is Gulnora, if I may ask?
Can I, Miss Bianca, can I go?
Yes, of course.
For Miss Gulnora, I will call her.
Gulnora!
Okay, can you wait, please, 1 minute?
Yes, of course, we can wait. So, let's wait. We have a comment from Eva.
Yes, hello, Alina. Maybe you are not there now, but under the computer, yeah, or in the room. But I would just like to add that European Center for Women and Technology also has some contacts with girls in Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan. And personally, I am just as fascinated as you, Bianca, because I would like to say that a small group of them themselves have decided to create the Central Asian branch of ECWT. And it is so fascinating because they actually network through some funding also from World Bank, and had a training which was organized by the e-learning center from Lithuania. So I think it's really amazing to see how closely we are related through internet. And I just would like to wish you also all the best of success, and hope to see you sometime.
Okay, Gulnora. There is Gulnora.
I'm here.
Here. Yes, here.
I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We can see mostly Halima now. Hello.
Hi. Did you see me?
Hello. How are you?
Fine, thank you. What about you?
Oh, great, great. We are so happy that you finally came. Where were you? If I may
was
ask.
in my office. Yeah, I was in my office because our work day is off, and I should close my office now.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Tell us a little bit maybe about your program in the US and about your idea to support girls in Tajikistan in STEM.
Okay, I will. If you allow me, I will just want to introduce myself, to tell you a little short story about myself. In 2005, I graduated my grammar school, and it was a big problem for me what university I should choose. As for me, I wanted to be a lawyer or an accountant. But my mom said me, no, you will be a power engineer, electrical engineer. I said, no, I don't want it. But she said that you will. And I went to the Tajik Technical University, to power engineering faculty, and said that, okay, I will be electrical engineer, but after a few days, I start to cry and tell my mom, I don't want to go there. I'm just one girl between 25 guys. I don't want to be electrical engineer. For 1 month, I just cried. And after that, I tried to be patient, and I started to love my profession. And during my study, every day, my classmates, they told me, why you are studying here? You are a girl. You don't need to be electrical engineer. What you will do with your diploma? you will put it in a wall. But I said, no, I will. And I graduated my university with a honor diploma. And after that, I started to work in Tajik Technical University. And you know, the same problem was with me in my department when I started to work. I was just one girl in my department, and my area of research I became my research in area of waste energy. And every day, the guys in my department, they told me, "You're so pretty girl. Why you need to be engaged in the waste energy? It's not for you." But you know, even my waste energy, my research, they brought me to the Japan, to the United States, to the Poland, to Spain, to France, and I'm deeply engaged in my scientific work. And when I understand what is the big problem in my society, that in our society, because of our mentality, our traditions, we are also a Muslim country, and our society, they told, no, for girl, it's not so good to be in STEM. You just can be an accountant, you can be a lawyer, you can be a teacher, but not an engineer. And I start my program, which is my project, Touch STEM, which is it's for inspiration of other girls to come to STEM. And when I started my program, it was after my experience in TechWoman 2015 program. U.S. Department of State was sponsor of this program, and I spent 1 month in San Francisco, in Silicon Valley, and I was so inspired by this program, and I found that empowering a woman, we can empower our nation. And I started this program in my university, and we have now 35 girls who know very good English, who are already totally professionals in their sphere. And we start with our school and to make our school girls to change their mind that no, you can be engineer, you can be good specialist, you are good at scientific work, in the technical work. And maybe, yes, 1 month ago I was in Poland, and it was a good idea for me. I had a lot of experience that I saw that Polish girls, they are so kind in STEM, they are so clever in this field, and really it was a good experience for me. And thank you, Bianca, that you invite me to your conference, and from yesterday I'm time to time try to see your conference, your materials, and it's very good idea for me to organize the same conference in my country and invite other girls from other universities of all over the world to our country and inspire our girls. Okay, thank you, Bianca.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think this is a great idea to organize Lean in STEM Tajikistan conference, and we will be happy to help in this, of course. Thank you so much. Is there any question to Halima? Or Gulnora? Yes. Okay, so girl, thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for online connection, and see you soon, I hope.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Okay. Tak, także Gulnora wspomniała o takim amerykańskim programie Departamentu Stanu STEM Girls, czy Women in Tech. I'm sorry, przepraszam, trochę zapomniałam, jak się nazywał. W każdym razie chciałam tylko powiedzieć, że takie programy bardzo mocno tworzą międzynarodowe networki. Ja miałam ogromną przyjemność być na takim programie w zeszłym roku, który nazywał się z kolei Women in STEM w bardzo międzynarodowym towarzystwie. Jest mi strasznie miło, że na tej konferencji są też dziewczyny z tego programu. Na sesji artystycznej mieliście okazję poznać Mitu z Bangladeszu, wybitną artystkę komiksową, która tutaj właśnie odpowiada za wspaniały projekt, o którym powiemy zaraz. A mamy też Petrę Kotuliakową, która również była moją przyjaciółką na tym programie, która robi wspaniałe rzeczy, jeżeli chodzi o promocję IT wśród dziewcząt na Słowacji, także nie tak daleko, ale jakże ważne działania.
Hi everyone. I would like to speak in Slovak, but I'm a little bit afraid that you will not well understand, so maybe I will skip into English. So I'm Petra Kotuliakova from Slovakia, and I'm happy to have Bianka and me too from Bangladesh, and even Magda Maciejewska from Warsaw. We have spent a very nice time in States and discussing a lot of about girls in STEM and how we can help them and encourage them for getting in. Sorry. Okay. ITVT, it's a quite nice Slovak name. In English translation, it's not so easy, but the main meaning is that you too in IT, that every one of you can be in IT and can have his place there. Why we started, before I will tell why we started this program, a couple of numbers. Actually in Slovakia we are missing 10,000 ICT professionals. Europe is speaking about 1 million of missing ICT professionals in 2020. And when we have counted number of ICT graduates in Slovakia per year, it was about 1,000. Slovakia is a very small country in comparison even with Poland. So you can see that the gap between the graduates per year and the people we are missing on this position, it's so huge that even if we will do a lot of activities and think, I'm afraid that we can't really fill this gap. And when we were thinking where to find more students, actually we can't find more boys. So we started to work with girls because at Slovak universities we have 3 to 5 main faculties. 4 years ago, it was about 3 to 5% of girl students. So it means that it was really, you can count them on the 2 hands, and this number was really ridiculous. And you have never seen the girls in these schools. So we started to do small activities for at least seeing if it can be okay and if the girl would be interesting to arriving studying ICT. After 4 years, we are very proud to have 10%. When I was listening Lean, she was starting at 16%. So and now I'm so happy to have at least 10. So it's really a difference. But I hope that in 10 years we can be at least on 20% maybe. We are starting by doing the research why finally the girls don't go study ICT. So we have had a lot of discussion with high school girls because high school girls are a target group. I think this problem maybe are same or similar in the countries. If you have another opinions from girls, I will be happy to share with you. But the problem in Slovakia that first they're absolutely missing information about ICT. What does it mean working in ICT? In general, everyone thinks that they will be spending all the day working in the computer and typing on the keyboard, and it's really boring and really not very creative. This future, I think you can't imagine that you will be spending all the day like this. The second problem, and very big for Slovakia, is the problem with the math and coding. Actually, our system, our scholar system, passed some kind of some more reforms. which caused that actually the high school students have no enough lessons of maths. It means that they are not enough good in mathematics, as I can tell it. So everyone is afraid if he can manage to study ICT, because on this type of school you really need to have the good basic and some logic thinking. So they are afraid if they will be able to pass through math and through coding. The problem with the measurements, I think it started to be different. Everyone thinks that it's a male-dominated sector, that there are only the boys in the, with the glasses and the grass hairs, and not very funny for speaking and discussing. But this problem is not so big as before. And we have the really big problem with the parents and the community of girls. I don't know as in Poland or in other countries, but the generation of parents we have actually never lived with IT devices as we are living. So they can't imagine what the girl can do with IT. They can't imagine what is the future for them. So it's connected with the missing information, but we have often the cases when we are working with girls decide to study ICT, but finally when I met her teacher, they told me, yeah, the parents pushed her to study economy or I don't know what, because ICT wasn't enough good for her. So we have a really big problem, and as we have the primary target group high school girls, or second target group are the parents and the general public. We started to work with high school girls, as I mentioned, and first we started to work for one faculty in Bratislava, but finally we have created a civil association, and now we are working for all the universities in Slovakia, because we have seen that we can't only promote Go Study to this faculty. We are now promoting the headline Go Study ICT. For us, it's not a matter if they will study in Bratislava or in Košice. For us, what is important, that they will study ICT and they will not go into social science. I don't want to say something bad to social science, but actually we have 16,000 unemployed people from social science degree. They can't find the job, and if they will find the job, this job will be on the level of high school, not university. I think the quality of work and the salary. We are doing a lot of activities. What is, I think, one point common for all the activities, we are doing it only for girls. Often we receive questions from schools or from boys why we can't participate at these workshops. Well, the answer is quite simple. If we open the workshops, it's 80% of boys every time there. We try to do it more time, and every time the same, because the boys are really strong. And if we open the door, they are really there, and the girls are feeling as a, I don't know if it's in Polish, 5 wheel on the car. So they are feeling very bad and not very comfortable, and they feel that they are the worst in the group. So we try really to do the workshops only for girls, because they are all on the same level, they can lose on the same thing, and no one from there is the most stupid, if I can tell it like this. What is interesting, we have a very nice project called mentoring. I think that the name mentoring is very often used, but in this kind, we propose to girls to spend 1 day as a standard university student at a university. We put them in the contact with a university student, and they are going there and they are looking to some lectures, or they are speaking with them. What is important that it's a not open day university. During open day, we are all very nice and we are all perfect and we are the best. But in this mentoring program, you can really see how the teachers are, how the students are. You can really discuss with them about what you want to need, what you want to know. And actually, you can really go to all 3 faculties in Slovakia to see what does happen on these schools. We have created a very nice blog session. It's really interesting because our IT students girl written everyday blogs about what do they think about study, how is it the mathematics, how are the teachers. So like this, we can really approach their daily life to girls. Though there are some photos from our activities because we have our own workshop, but we are participating at the Rise Girls workshop, Younger Girls. We are doing a lot of activities at the Girls' Days. Girls' Days is quite important day for us because it's one day when we can really organize 100 girls and going to 60 companies in Slovakia. What is very important for us, it was the second year we have the support of our president, and through our president we can really touch the parents. Because the generation of parents is very sensible to our president. All the people like him, and when he can arrive to our activities, it's, I think, very welcome. For example, in 3 weeks, the office of president called me that, okay, Petra, if you want, we can go. The president can go with you to discuss with girls. So we are going in 3 weeks into one school in the middle of Slovakia, and the president will discuss with girls. So for us, it's a very important part of the support. At the end, I would like to conclude with the role of ITVIT. ITVIT is really the civil organization, and we are in the triangle between high schools, universities, and companies. Because for companies, it's quite difficult to approach the students on schools because everyone considers the activity of companies as a private activities. And sometimes they can't accede to the school. But when we can do the programs together and really bring the people into university and from the university to company, it's every time very welcome by all three parts. And I think it can be like this because you can really connect the connection and do a nice activities. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we have questions, comments, wishes? Okay, so now it's time for New York City and Amber Schaub, a project 1,000 Mentors for Girls. Please.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. So first off, I want to say this is probably my favorite session thus far because I keep thinking, how can I collaborate with them? How can I contact them after this? I need to make sure that I've written all the correct notes. And so I hope you feel the same way. As Bianca said, my name is Amber Schaub. I am the Director of International Education at the New York Academy of Sciences. We are an almost 200-year-old institution. We actually turn 200 next year. And we are a nonprofit membership organization with over 20,000 members across the globe. And what's really important to know before I get into the program about our organization is that we were founded on a democratic ideal. What that means in this case is that any of you, if you are within science, can be a member of the Academy. We don't want just old white dudes who have possibly won Nobel Prizes, although we have 28 of those as well. We're really about increasing access to science, be that through education, be that through publishing research, be that through convening people at the Academy in New York. And so what I do is I work under a larger umbrella called the Global STEM Alliance. So the education department is really about increasing access and equity within science education throughout the globe. How we're doing that is with direct intervention. I'll talk about one of our programs in a second, but we also work with governments to review their science policy, to review curriculum. We actually have a STEM certification program that reviews curriculum in other countries, as well as our own. And we are looking to have a lofty goal of, 1, reaching 1 million students within the next 3 years, and 2, we want to solve today's global social issues through science or scientific thinking. And so that's really what we're looking to do here, even in education, and we believe that's a lifelong endeavor. So one of the things we think about when we think about education and how we are going to make this a better world and increase, again, access and equity so that we are truly reaching our potential is to think about the workforce and what's going on right now. So we feel that there's a STEM paradox going on out there in the world. What does that mean? It means that we all know that jobs in the future will require STEM skills. However, the skills that people are getting may not be matching what the workforce needs, right? So you, on the one hand, have an overabundance of people, like let's say with PhDs in biology, but you have a lack of people who are coming out with engineering degrees. So there's kind of this mismatch, right, in the workforce. So we don't have qualified technicians, and yet we also don't have people ready for the workplace. Of course, as we've talked about a lot here, we also don't have enough populations and diverse populations working in science. So of course women, I think we all have talked about that, but other populations such as those in ICT who are not in the United States, right? Or who are not in Europe. Someone who is from Nepal wanting to get into this. Other populations who may not be as treated as equally within their own countries, thinking about those untapped pools of talent. And so that's something that we think about. On top of that, though, if you are being developed as talent, there's, of course, the issue of brain drain. And I can say, I know this as the United States, we tend to do this. People come to the United States and other countries and aren't, even though they've studied in their main country of origin, they are not necessarily bringing their know-how or those skills back home. And not that you have to, but the fact that they're only possibly increasing the dominance of the countries that we tend to know of when we speak of scientific innovation. That's something that we want to really make more equal, so it's not so lopsided. So through our STEM education programs, we have tens of thousands of kids impacted each year. That's in New York City, in person, and again, education's a lifelong endeavor. So we do anything from early childhood development to, we have 8,000 members who are PhD students and postdocs who really think about their professional development and how do they work on their communication, their critical thinking skills, all those things that one needs regardless of what STEM field you end up going into. And we want to support them in that. So I want to say that this lofty goal of reaching 1 million students and also of solving today's global social issues throughout the globe, that means that we need a huge network of partners. And I'm very happy to say that we are global, and we're working with certain governments, as I said, like the government of Malaysia, the government of Croatia, the city of Barcelona, etc. But we're also working with a portfolio of funders, which means you need, as you've heard before, industry, you need nonprofits, you need government, you need educators. And that's a really important thing for us to know so that we are being able to have sustainable funding and sustainable interventions. So I do want to talk about briefly something that is coming to Poland and coming to, well, everywhere. So first I want to ask everyone, raise your hand if you know a high school girl. Okay, great, great. I'm looking at all of you, right? Okay, and so of these high school girls, also raise your hand if those high school girls are interested in science or STEM broadly. Interesting. All right. Well, if those girls happen to be, oh, I see a young boy over there. I hope you know a high school girl. If you know a girl who is in high school, who is interested in STEM, we want to talk to them about one of our projects. And that project is called 1,000 Girls, 1,000 Futures. And as Bianca said, it's under this 1,000 Mentor project that I'm doing. What it is it's a free program. I always want to stress that. We are a nonprofit. It does not cost money to do anything with us because that is something that is an ideal that we have. But what it is it's an online mentoring project where a young woman is paired with one-to-one with a female STEM professional throughout the globe. And you're matched by your preferences, be that cultural background, be that I'm interested in this type of field, I want to be matched with that sort of professional, be it language, etc. And what they do is they actually work on a plan, an individual development plan, and then they benchmark that throughout the year so that they can help a girl meet her individual goals. On top of that, we have a 35-hour curriculum that the girls are going through with critical thinking, communication, leadership, and looking at colleges. Again, all those things you need to then be successful in STEM. So right now, I have 19 countries involved from the first year. The mentees and mentors come from different parts, and they work on these projects together. It's really important to note that each pair is unique. I do not dictate how or what they talk about. What I want are results. What I want to know is that you are engaged in working on a project to help you further your own academic career and your later employment opportunities. So I think of this as a layered mentorship model. that's really one of the last things I want to say. The first layer, which is really important, is that one-to-one relationship. The second layer is that you have an entire cohort of female mentors from around the globe that you can ask a question anywhere. You go on the platform, you can ask anyone, and so you have access to, right now, over 300 mentors anywhere. And then the third thing is that you're also being connected through this platform from girls across the globe. So you're not the only one who may like astronomy, you're not the only one who's interested in Higgs boson. You can really talk about all those things and get connected. And we've heard that a lot, that getting these networks are really important for girls to stay in STEM and to succeed in STEM. One of the most important threads of discussion that we've had has been about the Paris and Belgium attacks, and how can we promote STEM in the world to help solve terrorism, and what can we do? And these discussions are really important. So I have two profiles up here. All I'm going to say is I could talk on and on, but I don't want to take up that much time. If you are interested in this program, we are interested in collaborating, be it as a one-day thing where you come on and do a Q&A with the girls, whether it's we're organizing an activity for you in your home country. We are very interested. We are very collaborative. And what we want to do is connect each other so that we can have projects come out of this and we can help solve the global issues of today. Thank you so much.
This is very fascinating how all those initiatives becoming global, because the challenge is global, so the conversation is one, and I hope different organizations will contact Amber and collaborate in this attempt. Thank you very much. And we have a great woman from Belarus. Yes, Alina, I'm talking about you. We are very excited. This is the first guest from this country, so we are very interested what is happening there in IT and women.
Thank you. Before I'm starting my talk, I'd like to say that I'm really excited to be here. Thank you, Bianca, very much for the invitation. And I'm representing IT community of Belarus, and I'm going to tell about our project and to make a short overview about women in tech in Belarus and to show you some numbers, a bit of statistics, how it's going there. When I'm talking about community, I've got two meanings. One is a bit wider and one is a small meaning. The wide meaning is all the IT professionals from Belarus. It's about 50,000 people or something like this. That's all people which are involved in software development. And I guess 90% of them are working for the global market, either as services on outsourcing companies or making their own products which are famous all over the world, such as Viber. I believe you use it, such as World of Tanks. I believe some of you could play it. And lots of other different products. And by the way, Fitbit is produced in Belarus as well, and programmers are staying in Belarus as well. So, couple of words about our project. Space, it's the venue for gathering IT people, for gathering communities in this small meaning, what I was talking about already. There are lots of smart young people which are really glad to meet each one and to share knowledge and their experience. And we give them this opportunity. We meet the people, we meet IT people and tech people at our place, at Space, and they can use it. Actually, Space is about 2 years old. It started in November of 2014, but our activity started much years before. At the beginning, we started as a team of active people, of active girls, actually, who started to gather all the tech engineers and to help them organizing their events. Meetups, conferences, hackathons, and other formats. So we started with the community of mobile developers. of iOS developers and Android, and then others started to be involved in this movement, and more and more and more, and now I think there are about 10,000 people which are engaged into participating in our events, and they visit us regularly at our venue, and they meet each one, and they can share knowledge and share their experience. So 2 years ago, we started to contribute in Women Tech Makers community and started to help young women to gather together and to discuss the situation and their role in the IT community, in tech community. Now I would like to go to my presentation and show some numbers to you, and short word about the numbers and how they were collected. We are working in a strong partnership with the DevBuy portal. It's a huge online project. It's dedicated to IT community as well. I think about 150,000 people monthly read it and communicate there, leave comments, read the articles, and so on and so far. DevBuy portal is making annual survey and then make a report. And now I would like to show you these reports year by year. So please show me the next slide. This is a short overview of 2015. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. In our survey in 2015, there was 1,400 respondents. And finally, we broke the 20% broad of female respondents. Before 2015, there were not so many. 19% of respondents are from Minsk, and finally the second high score is finally this year there are more women developers, women engineers than women in QA. I hope that you are a bit aware with all these IT roles and positions. So QA, it's a quality assurance engineers. It's traditionally there are traditionally more women than in development, in programming. And finally, this year, our respondents, there were more engineers among them than quality assurance. So here you can see year by year. The first is 2010 and the last is 2014. Distribution by sex. So that's the percent of the red part of the graph shows us women in IT, and the blue part of the graph shows us men. As we see, sure, there are not so many women, but we see that every year it grows. And as I said already, in 2015, the number became more than 20% finally. Working experience. Here at the top you can see the numbers and the percent of women engaged into information technology with the working experience less than 1 year. And at the last point you see women engaged more than 7 years. So we see that the interest of women to information technology and to tech grows. So there are a lot of young women that more and more every year comes to IT, comes to develop software. Diversity by position. Here we can see that the hugest percent of women, that's again the red part of the graph, are involved into such positions and such occupation as HR and recruiting, tech writers, marketing and sales, then QA I was mentioning before, then business analysis, some other professions, project managers, and the final is team leads and tech leads. And this graph, I think it needs a bit more comments. Students. We can see here the red part of the graph is STEM or some technical studies, and the blue part of the graph is humanities. We can see that year by year it's almost the same. It doesn't change, just maybe some very small part. And I think that it's really the point where we have to work and what we should to do. So to involve more girls into STEM and into STEM education. As we could see, they are already involved into software development and IT business, but not so really much into education. So I think that's the new step for us and new big thing, and I hope to collaborate with all this beautiful community and with all people I've met here to work on it. There are some more pictures and more numbers about position and salary dependency in 2015. That's the freshest, I think, the freshest numbers. So you can see almost all the positions shows us that the difference between salary for men, it's the blue graphs, and salary for women, that's the pink graphs, are different, and women usually gets, unfortunately, less than men. Only two positions are a bit equal. That's analysts and juniors. Junior specialists that are younger, sometimes girls can get even more. So it can show us that the girls are really has good future, good perspective. And the job satisfaction, that's interesting because the previous picture showed us that women not usually get the same salary as men, not the same money. But here we can see that the satisfaction of women is higher. I'll go to show. These two graphs, these round charts, the left one shows women and the right one shows men. Dark green shows a very high level of satisfaction. Green shows a high level of satisfaction. Yellow is not so good, and red and dark red are people who are not satisfied. So you can see that women has more green space in the pie chart than men. So I think that's all about the numbers now. And I'm interested, how is it going in your countries? Maybe some comments I will appreciate if you can compare. Is it the same for you in tech or in STEM with women? Or it's totally different, or maybe some questions, or maybe some comments about what do you think about these statistics and how we can work with this and what we can do to increase these results.
Okay, I think we'll have time to talk with you, after the conference, which is finished actually, but we are still going on, But this is very fascinating, and I think that it's worth to develop cooperation. Belarus is so close to Poland, but we know so few information about. I personally have friends in Belarus.
So, now you have a bit more.
So I think this is the topic for us. Yes. So thank you very much. Okay. Thank you for coming on such a short notice, and
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. And And we have a spontaneous, very short information from our friend Professor Rumińska-Zimny. Also a global issue, so please.
So, that's okay. Yeah, I already told it. No. I wanted just to remind you that we could continue this conversation at the global level at the event at the Global Summit of Women on the 10th of June at the Youth Forum. I see all the young people around.
In Warsaw.
In Warsaw at the Hilton Hotel. And we'll have a lots of discussion about startups, about how to work at the global level with technologies, IT, and all these STEM issues. So I encourage everyone, it's still time to register for that. The best now, because the deadline is in fact today.
No pressure.
No pressure, exactly. I have a number of people who already filled the forms yesterday, but if you feel so that you would like to continue all this discussion, please come to me and I will be more than happy to give you the registration forms and to welcome you on the 10th of June at Hilton Hotel in Warsaw at 4:15 we start, and we have a very exciting debate about global leaders, young women in IT and STEM. Thank you very much.
And Global Summit of Women is a very exciting event. It's a traveling event through the whole world for the first time in Warsaw, maybe next time in your country. And this is the meeting of 1,000 most powerful women in the world, presidents, prime ministers, artists, startuppers, CEOs. So it's very, very, very... Actually, we are proud it will be in Warsaw. So you're welcome, of course. We are also involved as a Perspektywy in this. So, okay, and yes. Mamy głos. Mamy głos. Where are you, girls? Okay. Please keep it short.
Będę mówić po polsku. Dzień dobry, mam na imię Ola i reprezentuję tutaj Mamy Głos. Mamy Głos jest jeszcze nieformalną inicjatywą, która działa od 7 miesięcy. I chciałabym tylko krótko powiedzieć, czym się zajmujemy, ponieważ nie specjalizujemy się w tym, aby wspierać dziewczyny tylko w STEM, ale chcemy wspierać dziewczyny na wszystkich płaszczyznach i przede wszystkim mówić im i sobie, bo osoby, które tworzą Mamy Głos, to właśnie młode dziewczyny, nastolatki, tak jak ja, że mamy siłę, mamy wartość i musimy ją wykorzystać. I Mamy Głos też było startupem, społecznym startupem, a inspiracją do stworzenia takiego projektu była historia właśnie Kamili, czyli dziewczyny, którą widać tutaj. Kamila jest w 2. klasie liceum, ale rok temu była w klasie humanistycznej i postanowiła, że przeniesie się do klasy politechnicznej. Stwierdziła, że chce studiować w przyszłości robotykę, że jest zainteresowana fizyką i matematyką, a nie językiem polskim i historią. I poszła do dyrekcji i powiedziała, że chce zmienić profil swojej klasy. Okazało się, że to nie jest takie proste, jakby się wydawało. Zajęło to Kamili ponad miesiąc, aby przenieść się z klasy humanistycznej do politechnicznej. Musiała pisać różne testy, które udowadniały, że nadaje się do tej klasy. W tym czasie również koledzy z klasy humanistycznej, chłopacy, kilku z nich również stwierdziło, że to jednak nie ten kierunek i chcą zmienić klasę z humanistycznej na politechniczną i zajęło im to tydzień. I to bardzo nas wkurzyło i pokazało, że coś musimy zrobić, że dziewczyny wciąż są jednak dyskryminowane i że stawia się im tak wysoką poprzeczkę, że nie wierzy się w nie, więc jak one mają wierzyć w siebie. I tak powstał właśnie Mamy Głos. Mamy Głos dlatego, ponieważ dziewczyny muszą być usłyszane i chcemy, żeby nasz głos był słyszany. I chcemy też pokazać dziewczynom, i ja się bardzo cieszę, że tutaj jesteśmy dzisiaj, bo tyle inspirujących kobiet jest na tej konferencji i ja już tak bardzo uwierzyłam w to, że ja też mogę odnieść sukces w przyszłości, że to jest niesamowite. A wystarczyło tylko zobaczyć te kilka kobiet, które mówią o tym, jak stworzyły wspaniałe rzeczy, które zmieniają świat. I to jest właśnie również to, co chcemy robić Mamy Głos, ponieważ kiedy spotykamy się, organizujemy różne warsztaty i spotkania dla młodych dziewczyn, ale również też i dla chłopaków. I kiedy na tych spotkaniach często na początku gramy w taką grę i prosimy, żeby wymienić 3 prezydentów. I to jest bardzo łatwe. A potem prosimy, żeby wymienić 3 prezydentki. I wtedy nikt nie umie nic powiedzieć. A potem prosimy, żeby wymienić 3 fizyków i to jest znowu wspaniale, bardzo łatwe zadanie. A potem prosimy, żeby wymienić 3 fizyczki i lista kończy się na Marii Skłodowskiej-Curie. I dlatego też organizujemy takie rzeczy jak warsztaty na różne tematy dla dziewczyn i spotkania z inspirującymi kobietami. Również będziemy też jesienią organizować warsztaty asertywności i samoobrony i różne takie rzeczy, które właśnie mają pomóc dziewczynom uwierzyć w siebie. I też zachęcam wszystkich, żeby wesprzeć nas w naszym nowym projekcie, jakim jest kolorowanka. Będzie to kolorowanka z megababkami, czyli taka książka, w której będzie 30 wspaniałych kobiet, polityczek, naukowczyń, artystek z małymi biogramami. I te kolorowanki trafią do szkół, do dziewczyn w różnym wieku, aby je zainspirować i aby pokazać, że mają wzorce, z których mogą czerpać inspirację do tego, żeby działać i żeby używać swojego głosu i swoich umiejętności. Tym bardzo dziękuję.
Dziękuję Ci bardzo. My jesteśmy zachwycone tym, co robicie. Możemy robić dużo fajnych rzeczy razem, także super. I would like to invite again Petra and me too, just for a moment, to present our common project. Me too. Don't sleep. So Me Too is a head of this project, so please.
There is no head of this project anyway. Thank you for saying the last line in English, because it was kind of ridiculous to hear everything in some machine voice. Anyway, actually, this project, as I mentioned in my presentation, like, as we are planning that, I think we have discussed about this issue, the lack of female in STEM fields. We have discussed for a long in different sessions. And when you look at the research findings, we see that one of the main reasons behind that is the lack of female role models, so that the children can be encouraged to build a STEM career. Children, I mean female children. So that's why we came with that plan to present some female role models in some attractive way for kids, like comic book. Every kid in the world likes comic book, if he or she is not an exception. So we want to promote that agenda to promote the female role models through comic book, through pop culture. So we came up with the idea, actually 4 of us, we 3 are present. We have another friend in Jakarta, in Indonesia. So we are planning to find 4 female heroes in STEM field, and we will actually portray their biography through comic book. We'll make some stories and depict it in the pictures, and we'll present them as some superheroes in STEM fields. And that is the idea. We are ahead of this project. So we have planned. We we know what we're doing and we yet to do it. So we want all of you to join with us, and there are some links, then you can contribute and you can be a part of us. And what our one exclusive side of our idea that we think should be mentioned is, in this project, actually we present the scenario of both East and West. Like Bangladesh, Indonesia, Slovakia, Poland, these 4 countries have different realities and the different kind of situation, different context, different cultures. So we want to bring all those obstacles, and we want to present the role models to show that it's very much possible in every situation. There are heroes in every context. So we want to encourage all the girls in all contexts. Thank you. I want Petra to say something about that.
And maybe we will try to focus. It was mentioned during this conference either that, for example, the Polish people takes very often the Marie Curie Skłodowsky as a role model, but we will try to focus on some role model which can be really more approach to the girls, because if you tell to a 15 years old girl that you can be like Marie Curie Skłodowska, it will be very difficult for her to imagine how she had to be as Marie Curie Skłodowska. So we will try to find somebody really that the girls can imagine, I can be like her.
Okay, and my role is to mention that we need also your financial support for it. So you can join us on the Global Giving platform and contribute your money, but also you can contribute your skills and just help us to realize this dream project. So, and share it later. So thank you very much. Thank you, girls. Okay, so now we are just heading to the big finale. This is not coincidence that I will ask now Eva Fabry to introduce her great event, European Celebration of Women in Computing, and our secret plan is to make it next year together. Please, Eva.
Hello, everyone, and I'm really thrilled to be with you. I must say that Bianca, I learned personally what type of activities she was doing just approximately a year ago, and I would like to say that she's very Scandinavian in one way, because she's extremely humble, and therefore I didn't really foresee the depth of the work that you are doing, but I'm really impressed by it, and I'm very happy that I could be in the event for both days. We just ended the first European celebration of women in computing, an event which took place 25th and 26th of April in Brussels. I would like to say that the challenge to make this event happen was really huge, because more than a year ago, I was invited to the stage to attend the Grace Hopper celebration, which you know is the biggest celebration for girls and women in technology globally. Some of you might have even attended it. So at that event, 12,800 women in one single room with Sheryl Sandberg. You can imagine that it was quite magic. And actually the reason for the invitation towards me was that our European Center for Women and Technology was asked if we would like to host the European regional celebration in the next years. And we thought this is really a unique opportunity for our organization.
Please, the movie
okay.
is...
That's very good. Actually, you know, I would, before talking more about the event, I would just like to say a few words about the Women in Technology agenda and our center. Because I think that I don't need to repeat all the statistics. You all know about this. One thing is sure, that the European Commission has been for a long time looking at the added value of the gender dimension. There is a study completed in 2013 which gave a prognosis according to which involving more women in the digital sector would create an added value of 9 billion euro GDP boost in Europe. This is a figure we have been repeating for some years. However, I would really like to say that one missing link is precisely the Commission's engagement in this field. There are many projects and initiatives that are supported, but these are all small pockets of money. Thank you. And I think one big lesson or conclusion we could draw from the initial presentation made by our friend Stephen was really that without substantial EU commitment, which is not just words but deeds and common strategy, it is very, very difficult to achieve a major breakthrough. So I would like to say that European Center for Women and Technology is a non-profit organization registered in Norway but operating all around Europe. We have a basic concept which is creating a national platform of multi-stakeholder actors, so public sector, private sector, academia and NGOs working together to promote more women in technology. To date, we have 28 national point of contacts, and this was actually in relation to looking for a new Polish national point of contact that we bumped into Perspektywy Foundation and felt that this would be really a very attractive partner for us. And I think what we have learned about your organization really confirmed this even more. European Center for Women and Technology has 5 key priorities and operates in practically all areas, in the sense that we look at education, workforce, entrepreneurship and leadership. And the basic aim of the center is to function as a regional single point of contact for providing an overview of the situation of women in technology in policy areas, in research areas, providing resources for the existing actors and creating a common a joint community or a common platform, which we also unite through a common website that our national point of contacts and our members are using. We started out with 16 member organizations. We now have a bit more than 130, and these vary from global players and strategic partners to long list of really most prominent technical universities in Europe, and European and national NGOs. My dear colleague Lina has left, but I would like to say that the way we work with attracting more girls into technology in Norway, I think, is a reality that every single European country would be happy to see in the future, and we are very keen on sharing experiences and welcome any organization or individual interested in our best practices. Actually, the European Council for Informatics Departments has awarded also the university with Best Practice Prize for precisely the work that Alina presented. Why European celebration for women in technology? We see from all the discussion and feedbacks from girls that practically a community where you can find good examples, role models, mentors, and continuously discuss your daily problems is something that can be of interest for girls and women alike in all countries around the world. I would like to say that I wish that everyone would have the opportunity to attend once in a life the Grace Hopper celebration, because it does make a difference if you have a room with 500 people or if you have a room with 12,500 girls. It really has a magic, influence on your future work. But above all, I would like to say that these annual gatherings, they actually offer a mixture of a career fair, concrete work interviews if you want to progress all the way, an opportunity that is pretty unique for networking in the sense that this is a gathering where really high-level representatives of European and global players are present, and you can go up to anyone, you can discuss any question and ask for any type of advice you may need. During our event, the first event attracted 515 participants from 37 countries. I would like to say it was for us also a big surprise that we had such a broad participation. And from the 37 countries, then there were 13 countries that had what we would call national delegations. So countries that through national point of contact brought along between 10 to the biggest delegation was from Norway with 32 people. And this included both university faculty, students, and experts and advisors. We had 50 workshops and presentations from really prominent people, and actually if you attended both days, some of you were in the event, I think you can confirm that the most recent technological developments, as well as many of the soft skills issues, were presented in a very interesting way. All of this was rounded off with a 200th anniversary presentation around the story of Ada Lovelace, presented by a UK presenter who I think was pretty unique in the sense that we tried to give a holistic experience, which meant that the meals served, the music provided, and the entire environment was recreating the Victorian age. So it was a very nice experience. Of course, all big events try to profile themselves also through a specific award. And we have launched 3 new awards that we will be announcing every year. One is Ada Lovelace Excellence in Computing Award for Women, which we feel is simply lacking in spite of the fact that there are many awards handed out all around Europe. Another award is for social entrepreneurship, and the third one is for young emerging leaders. I would like to mention that, interestingly enough, our award winner for social entrepreneurship, the very same day she was announced as winner for Europe, also won an award in the US given by the State Department for emerging young leaders. They selected 10 from the whole world, and the girl called Nino, she is from Georgia. She is running an online community for young girls in Georgia, and as mentioned, won also the State Department award. Altogether, we had 16 companies and 3 universities and 10 NGOs from Europe and globally that have sponsored our event. And of course, one of the questions that was most interesting for all was really where we go next from here. And I'm very happy to announce that the decision was to come to Warsaw. And this is sealed by the helmet that I have received from Bianka in the event. And I would like to say that after having seen these 2 days with you, Bianca, I am very, very sure that we will together manage to run a really attractive celebration in 2017. I would like to round off by advising to some links if you send out the presentation, and finally just show a brief teaser from the video that is summarizing the event in Brussels.
Above I heard the angels sing to me these words, and sometimes
the attendees of this conference are incredible women, and as you wander through the day, listen, connect, and be inspired, because the brilliance of the women who are here today can help you. And I have 2 pieces of advice. One is to go for what you want. The taking risks is really what it's all about. And to also engage with who you want. You're not in this alone.
Sometimes the stars decide to reflect in puddles in the dirt.
Powiedz mi, która przemowa zrobiła na tobie największe wrażenie?
Największe wrażenie, ostatnia przemowa pani ze Stanfordu, która uzasadniła robienie badań w związku z naszą płcią i sposobem postrzegania świata. I moim zdaniem są to jedne z najbardziej wartościowych badań, ponieważ pozwalają nam może nie tyle na kategoryzowanie się, ale na znalezienie punktu odniesienia każdej z płci.
Many of whom graduated from Stanford got it wrong. So one thing is that we at Stanford, we teach a lot about gender at Stanford. I teach a course on gendered innovation, but I'm in
A powiedz mi, czy zamierzasz to wykorzystać w swojej przyszłej pracy?
Jak najbardziej.
Gendered innovations. She's really the #1 expert for this in worldwide context.
Tak, analiza danych przede wszystkim w to, w jaki sposób się zachowujemy, co nasza płeć tak naprawdę w momencie nas demaskuje. Kobiety mają inne przyzwyczajenia, mężczyźni mają inne przyzwyczajenia. To też się często wiąże z naszymi rolami, jakie pełnimy w społeczeństwie, bo też dlatego uważam, że ten punkt widzenia jest najbardziej wartościowy.
A powiedz mi jeszcze, jak widzisz przyszłość kobiet w nowych technologiach? Jaka była według Ciebie najlepsza?
Wydaje mnie się, że kobiety mają takie same prawa jak mężczyźni, że jeżeli są w czymś dobre, to będą na wysokich stanowiskach, jeżeli niekoniecznie, no to albo będą musiały się doszkolić, żeby dosięgnąć tych mężczyzn, albo nie. No oczywiście mają trochę pod górkę, ale to też nie jest absolutnie determinowane tym, że są kobietami. Tak? Jeżeli ktoś coś chce, to zrobi, niezależnie czy jest kobietą, mężczyzną, czy ma lat 20, czy ma lat 50.
Okej, dziękuję Ci bardzo. Powiedz mi, od samego rana, która prelekcja zrobiła na Tobie największe wrażenie?
Może nie prelekcja, wypowiedź tutaj koleżanki pracującej w Google w Zurichu, koleżanki Ekateryny, która mnie zainspirowała, ponieważ ona studiowała full-time i pracowała full-time, była w stanie to pogodzić. Później pracowała w Google full-time i jeszcze zrobiła doktorat. Było naprawdę inspirujące i napawało taką energią, że chyba jednak powinnam zacząć więcej pracować.
And we do have 3 main stream of activities. All those activities are
and sometimes in your eyes.
And then she got written out of history. Oh, my dear Mrs. Somerville, Mary, it is so good to see you. I have been working very hard, like the devil, in fact, which perhaps I am.
And you like men to strike.
This machine has the potential to transform industry and expand the British Empire.
Powiedz mi, jakie są Twoje wrażenia po drugim dniu konferencji i ogólnie jak Ci się tutaj podobało?
Podoba mi się. Inspiruje mnie obecność różnych ciekawych ludzi. Bardzo się cieszę, że jesteśmy tutaj taką fajną ekipą, bo myślę, że w normalnym warszawsko-polskim życiu trudno byłoby nam znaleźć okazję do takich rozmów.
Dziękuję Ci bardzo. się jedzie.
No. Tak wyszło.
Super.
Shit happened.
Proszę Państwa, 8 piętro. Tak, sala nie jest wysoka.
Yes.
Thank you for that very interesting talk. I just want to go back to a point you made right at the beginning, and being the only member of the European Commission here, I would like to reassure you that all decisions on funding, setting up companies with organizations, are all taken at member state level. And in fact, although Norway is not a member of the European Union, as you know, where it contributes, it's always part of that decision process as well. So if an organization hasn't been established or hasn't received the funding that people feel it should have received, the decision will always be taken with the member states. I just wanted to reassure all of you on this point.
There were no thoughts behind this from my side in regard to funding of the event, in the sense that from a formal point of view, our organization is regularly receiving funding through projects. And we participate in the eSkills for Jobs event every year. Yeah. So it means that also, as you could see from the logos, we had a very symbolic budget for this in the event. But on the other hand, you know, my reflection was more on the big transformation for Europe. And I am very glad that you stayed with us until the very last moment, because I am just so passionate about this whole issue of women in technology that I feel that Europe would really need a big, massive campaign. And for me, you know, I am a bit jealous when I see President Obama going to Stephen's organization and not seeing, let's say, the president of the EU going around and looking at all these amazing events taking place now in more and more European countries. So we could enforce this much more powerfully if we would see that people, politicians from the European Commission also get on board. We had Antonas Skwaga with us for the event, and he was so passionate. But you know, I'm sharing with you now all our experiences. We had a very unfortunate situation because on Monday, 1 week before the event, we were reassured that the Vice President of the Commission, Vice President Ansip, would open our event, and then force majeure, and he couldn't join us. And I think
that's disappointing, but I mean, that can actually happen. But I know my commissioner, Mwedash, who's research and innovation, I think he's extremely active, extremely busy, and doing a very good job. I think we should probably leave it here, because I know
please,
Bianka.
Because we are like 40 minutes after.
May I, since I have the floor, since I have the microphone, may I thank you, Asha, where's your boss? He's not here.
Heading to Moscow now.
Oh, and Perspektywy for a really good conference. I'm so impressed with the work you're doing. Can we give them a round of applause, please? Thank you. Well done. It's been fabulous.
Thank you so much. So, as we said, we will organize the next event in Warsaw. So it's great. We will do it together. And thank you very much for participating in Lean STEM 2016 conference. Thank you to our speakers, to our participants. Thank you to all fruitful, sometimes passionate, very interesting discussions. I'm really happy that we had this opportunity to organize it. And I want to also say thank you now in Polish.
Tak, bardzo chcemy podziękować wszystkim, zarówno uczestnikom wspaniałym, szczególnie tym najbardziej wytrwałym, którzy są z nami do tej pory. Poza tym całej ekipie, która pomogła nam organizacyjnie, ludziom wspaniałym, niezastąpionym z Centrum Nauki Kopernik. Brawo! Ani, Łukaszowi, Mateuszowi i wszystkim pozostałym. Naprawdę to nie było łatwe zadanie, a było super i dziękujemy. Współpraca z wami to zaszczyt. Mam nadzieję, że będziemy robić kolejne rzeczy razem. Dziękujemy również Instytutowi Łączności, też wspaniali panowie, którzy nas wspierają i wszystkie nasze inicjatywy, pan Zbigniew, pan Tomasz oraz pan Mateusz. Brawo! Bartek. Dziękujemy za streaming przez 2 dni, dziękujemy za połączenia z Tadżykistanem, ze Stanami Zjednoczonymi. Dziękujemy. Dziękujemy również naszej ekipie tutaj z Rising Stars, tam Politechnika Warszawska, Ula, Ania i Paulina oraz Sandra przez 2 dni bardzo intensywnie zapraszały dziewczyny i panie do networkingowania się. Odbywały się przeróżne warsztaty inspiracyjno-rozwojowe. Widziałam, że tam się działo dużo. To wszystko dzięki właśnie dziewczynom. Dziękujemy także ekipie wspierającej przestrzeń Steam Art, szczególnie Tomkowi Rudzińskiemu, który, przestrzeni STEM Fun for Kids Corner, szczególnie Tomkowi Rudzińskiemu, który tutaj animował całą przestrzeń przez 2 dni. A także naszej wspaniałej, prywatnej ekipie perspektywicznej, czyli Marlenie, Karolinie, Arturowi oraz Kubie, którzy bardzo dzielnie nas wspierali i bez których oczywiście nie udałoby się nic.
Dziękujemy też naszemu fotografowi, który tam chodzi przez 3 dni. Dyskretnie, Krzysiu. Dziękujemy też panu Kazimierzowi, który tutaj z ostatniego rzędu trzyma pieczę nad całością i właściwie tutaj jest mózgiem tej całej operacji oczywiście. No i zapraszamy na przyszły rok. Bardzo wam dziękujemy. Jesteśmy na Facebooku, jesteśmy w sieci, macie wszystkie nasze namiary, także kontaktujcie się z nami. Thank you very much. See you next year.